You know, we saw earlier from Rob Burns' traffic report how congested the roads are in Cape Town because there's so much taking place. There's SONA tomorrow, but there's also the Investing in African Mining Indaba that's being held at the International Conference Centre in Cape Town. And it enters its third day today with a series of dynamic discussions and presentations that promise to chart the future of the continent's mining sector. And of course, we've had him there all week, our reporter Katlego Legodi, to bring us some of the more interesting parts of what is been going on at the Mining Indaba. Katlego, good morning. So over to you, just in terms of what we've seen and heard so far and what's to be expected.
A very good morning to you, Sakina, and to our viewers at home. You're right. I mean, those high-level conversations continuing well into the third day of the Investing in African Mining Indaba underway at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. And this is really just looking at ensuring that there is a global approach, especially where critical minerals are concerned from Africa, as we see this race around green energy intensifying, and those conversations are really centered around this issues of exploration, issues of beneficiation, but at the same time ensuring that these minerals do work for the continent. I'm going to invite into the conversation with us this morning Mintech. They are here. They're a global research organization here in South Africa as well, looking at issues of minerals. You've been doing this for over 90 years now, and I guess you get the feel of how the conversations have been shifting over the years in terms of ensuring that at least we get the best out of these minerals that we hear that we're well endowed with. Dr. Lawrence Bosa, thank you very much for joining us on the SABC. Do give us a sense of where we find ourselves and how these conversations are moving here, especially around issues of making sure that we beneficiate from source.
Thank you. Thank you. Morning, Katlego. I think that you're right. A 90-year organization, there's a rich history. It's research, it's development, but now we're starting to see implementation, and the implementation is the important aspect. So Mintech, which is South Africa's natural research facility, does beneficiation in the sense that we explore everything across the value chain. You talk about the value add, which is beneficiation, starting from exploration right through to processing, and each successive step is value add, to extractive metallurgy, to refining, and to making sure that at each stage you're doing what is considered to be the best in practice from a scientific and a technological standpoint. And where we are at the moment, which is quite encouraging, the Mining Indaba's theme this year, Progress Through Partnership, is we are realizing we cannot do it alone. So while we have the expertise in areas such as the technology, we then partner with industry, we partner with academia, we get the support from government, and we then start to see that advancement. And in different regions of the country, we are starting to see that a lot of this is starting to move away from just conversations to actually putting together in place programs that can actually be successful.
I mean, again, we see the issue of coal coming through very strong this year. And Minister Gwede Mantashe, even in his address, he mentioned it to say that if we're talking about critical minerals, we cannot leave coal behind. As we hear the conversations also structured around green energy, how do we see all of these moving to ensure that at least we get the best out of all of these minerals, including coal as well?
You're quite right, and the minister was quite unapologetic in saying coal is considered to be a critical mineral. But when you talk about beneficiation and you say that you want to get out the full value from a commodity, what we've discovered with some of the research we've been doing with coal is in our Coal Reimagined program, the value that you can get out of coal discards and fly ash. I'll give you an example. South Africa every year annually combusts and generates 25 million tons of coal fly ash each year. 25 million tons. Now, within that, we've discovered you can extract critical minerals. You can extract from coal things like vanadium, alumina, silica, gallium. And in doing that, what you're then doing is creating an additional market for coal, but also you're solving a huge environmental problem, because all of these fly ash, they're stored as dumps, fly ash dumps, and you find them in Mpumalanga all over the place. And where you actually start to see that with coal, fly ash, if you're then creating a market for it, solving an environmental problem, you're then allowing yourself to consider coal as a critical mineral.
Dr. Lawrence Bosa, really appreciate your time on the program this morning. And you do get a sense here, Leanne, that Sakina, that these conversations really are moving forward. And we're talking about a framework now and a strategy that will ensure that we get the best out of these minerals. And you hear them just talking about ensuring that at least this 20% deposit of the global minerals that is here on the continent is not lost as they talk exploration, beneficiation, but again, ensuring that they support everyone in the sector, including women as well. Sakina, it's back to you in studio for now.
Well, thank you so much, Katlego. So interesting to listen to your guests there talking about coal and, what the future of coal may look like. So that's where we'll leave that for today. Investing in African Mining Indaba, currently underway in Cape Town.